Are you doing Zoom this week, Hansa?
I'm sorry.
Are you Zooming yoga this week?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monday morning, afternoon, Wednesday at noon, and Thursday. So yeah, please join in anytime.
Yeah, yeah. This is our week at the beach, and we often tune in to
So,
one of yours. So great.
I'll send you
Hansa,
one of my links.
Great.
yes,
Thanks.
put it in the chat room. Uh, Hans is our teacher when we go to Denver.
Yeah.
Uh, Love to go to her classes, and today is kind of her jam. She's one of those people who has followed the subtle energy body in the whole Eastern teaching. We're going to touch on that briefly today, which
Get
I'm
cut off at
fascinated
the
with
top.
as well.
There. There we go.
And that's kind of been her life purpose, which
Mm.
is I'm thrilled that we're getting together, and maybe even if she offers a class, be able to study that stuff with her. So,
Okay. Bruce, good
okay, we've
morning.
got Ajna.
Morning.
Ashna, hey.
Matthew, did you start us?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So I wanted to start with a reading from Eckhart Tolle, and people may know him from uh, his book, The Power of Now. And when they ask Eckhart what he did in terms of meditation, uh, if and how he meditated, he said, I spend the whole day sensing the energy in my body. And when I first heard
That's
him
it,
say that,
period. I mean, that's
that
it.
is his meditation. And going back to the quote we did last time from the Buddha, where he said the secret to the whole thing, everything that you're wanting to get out of meditation, is to be found in the awareness of your body.
Say
and
that
the
again for
energy.
Hamali. She just
Okay.
got here.
Okay. Well, I'm
The
not going to
secret
cut
to the whole thing.
all the things that we're looking for is awareness of your body. So here's what he has to say. The first thing to remember is this: is as long as you make your identity for yourself out of the pain that you carry. Now, what is he saying when he does that? The pain that you carry, making identity out of it. This is your amygdala. This is your monkey mind. What does your monkey mind do? It takes the trauma of your past, and when things come in through your senses, instead of going to direct awareness, it bypasses through this traumatic channel. And someone, one of the neuroscientists says, you're really living in a black box. And the only information in that black box is the past and the identity that you've constructed. So your ego, and what Eckhart Tolle calls the pain body, is a mental construct that is fear-based. It's coming out of all this trauma, and it's attempting to create a sense of safety in the world. And neuroscience is now saying your brain really is working not to be surprised by life. Think about that. It's trying to anticipate what could possibly go wrong and head it off before it ever gets started. Well, when you begin to think about it, that's an impossible task, okay? Because my guru once said, he said, think of everything that you think of that could possibly go wrong, and I guarantee you none of those things will actually be what happens. And when you start realizing that, you realize all these efforts you're extending are in vain. They really aren't protecting you at all, and they're taking up a tremendous amount of energy. You work harder when your monkey mind is activated than you do at physical tasks. Most people don't realize what the energy expenditure here is. Plus, it cuts you off from the part of you, your essential nature, which is peaceful, joyful, curious, expansive. You can't access that part of your brain when you're caught up in this pain body. As long as your sense of self is invested in this emotional pain, you will unconsciously resist or sabotage every attempt you make to heal the pain. And think about, why are you sabotaging the healing? You can only heal when you feel safe. And all the amygdala does is generate catastrophic scenarios that keep you from being in a safe place and able to heal. Quite simply, you want to keep yourself intact. and the pain has become an essential part of you. This is an unconscious process, and the only way to overcome it is to make it conscious. To suddenly see that you are or have been attached to your pain can be quite a shocking realization. And the moment you realize that, you've begun to break the attachment. This pain body is an energy field, almost like an entity that's become temporarily lodged in your inner space. So when we talk about releasing these energies in your body that are trapped, that we can see, this is not simply a metaphor. The tensions that you feel in your body are holding and constricting the energy from releasing. So this whole process of becoming aware of the pain body, becoming aware of the resistance to the pain body, and the additional pain that this creates, that's what suffering is. Instead of experiencing the pain and letting the pain body go, by fighting it, we keep it intact. So your efforts to heal yourself make you feel sicker. So I'm sure all of us in our spiritual quest have made this effort to get to a place that's better, never realizing that's what's keeping us stuck. So remember Father Kennedy, there will be no spiritual seeking. There will be no intense introspection. There will be no self-help. Just sit. So what do we sit with? It says living with the past inside of you and identifying with it creates a victim identity that is far more powerful than the present. Okay, which is the opposite of the truth. It is the belief that what people did and what you did is who you are. So the antidote is feeling your inner body. So today, last week, we did a body scan. This week, we're going to do an energetic body scan. So to kind of dress the table for the meditation, how many of you are aware of your body as energy? Okay. All right. So what does that mean? So you've heard me say, how do we, so to me, God is the energy field, the quantum field that we live in. That's the sacred. Everything that exists in that field, comes into being. It's the ground of our being. Okay, how do we become aware of it? When it hits our senses. So to use traditional language, when God hits my vision, God becomes color. God becomes form. When God hits my sense of hearing, it becomes hearing. It becomes music, or it becomes a voice. When it hits my body, it becomes a sense of touch. Okay, these are the external senses. And in the West, we focused on those almost exclusively. And so we've developed instruments that see into space. We just set up telescopes on the moon so that we can see even further into space. That's an extension of this sense. What the East has done is to go inward and to cultivate the internal senses. And they've now identified, depending upon which neuroscience you talk to, 22 to 36 internal senses. Listen to that. You can sense internally things that we never thought that you could sense. So one of the limbs of yoga is to close the senses, to close the external senses, and to go inward, all right, and begin to cultivate an awareness of what's happening inside your body. So one of the senses is your ability to sense temperature. So part of sensing energy in your body is when energy or God hits your body, it translates into a sense of warm or cold. So when we're doing energetic stand, one we have is, do you feel that sense of heat or coolness? That's a way of making the sacred parent, okay? You also have a sense of balance. When you have that sense of where am I in my body, that's a sense, just like your sense of sight, that can be cultivated. Just like you can learn to train your hearing. to hear things that are far away. When you feel that sense of pressure, that's another internal sense. So as we begin to have these more gross senses of the energy as it's in the body, we also begin to feel the very subtle currents that begin to move as you attune to finer and finer sensations. So in the Radiant Sutra, it says that these sensations are as subtle as the footprints of an ant. I love that phrase. So as we sit, as we begin to let go of the external distractions and begin to tune in, you have an internal world to explore that's just as interesting as the external world. We'll travel to the Grand Canyon, we'll travel to the dune, we'll travel to the ocean. Well, you can travel to a world of sensation internally that's equally as complex and is extremely sensual, just as getting into your body and learning to love taking a warm bath or putting flowers around yourself and doing aromatherapy, and you luxuriate in that energy that's coming through your senses. We can begin to have that same kind of sense of the energy as it impacts our internal world. So we'll come back to this later.
It's vivid. It's so alive
It's
and
and
vivid.
delicious.
It's not, you hear many people talk about being bored just sitting, for example, and meditating, but there's really so much there for your awareness.
And so Eckhart says, feeling your inner body is formless, it's limitless, it's unfathomable. And as you begin, he says, you may not feel very much, but pay attention to whatever you can feel. It may be a slight tingling in your hands, and that's good enough for this moment. You're beginning to sense your body as something that is alive, not simply an object, not brute matter, but living energy. And you may remember some of the instructions that we've had in the past that says, becoming aware of yourself as a process, as a constant unfolding of an energy that's moving through you. Okay, so I'm going to use another image out of The Untethered Soul, where he says, imagine driving on your car, you're driving down the highway, and you're seeing the trees, you're seeing the clouds, you're seeing the other cars, and the sensations are coming in, and they're hitting you, and they'll have an impact. Like we drove by egrets in the rice paddies, and we drove by swamps, we drove by all the Lake Pontchartrain. All of that impacts you, and it hits your witness consciousness, and it leaves a slight impression and the impact, and then it moves out. The energy hits,
Onto something
resonates you, just like your breath goes through a flute, but it passes through having cast the tone, okay? So Rumi says, I'm the flute, God is the breath. Imagine that energy coming through you, ringing you like a bell, setting your energy, and then passing through. Says that's what being enlightened means. The energy's not getting trapped. He says when something hits your pain body, and he uses the example of seeing a powder blue Mustang that looks like your girlfriend's car, only there's a couple in the front seat making out. Boom, triggered. Now I'm out of the present moment. Now I'm trying to figure out, is she cheating on me? Is that her car? What is that doing? And says, notice that when that happens, the rest of the world disappears, and you have to struggle to pay attention to the next traffic light. Okay? How many times do you have when you're extremely upset and you're obsessed, it's hard to even drive your car because you're so into what's happening in your head that you're not in reality anymore. So this is the very beginning of the practice of being in the now, being in this moment. Once I get lost, whether it's lost in my head and I'm daydreaming, or I'm having a painful memory, or I'm thinking about what I've got to do next. It's all monkey mind in your head. But anchoring in these sensations does two things. One, it starts shutting off the monkey mind. Okay? Monkey mind can't function when you're in the present moment. So you are liberating yourself every time you go from distraction back to your body, back to the breath, feeling the sensations of the breath. But we're going to layer on today feeling other sensations in the body. So this is going to be an energetic scan. A lot of what I'm doing is from a guy named Richard Miller. Richard Miller is an expert in yoga nidra, which is sleep yoga. Any of you have sleep problems, it's great for helping you go to sleep at night if you wake up and can't get back to sleep. So we're going to go through the body very carefully. And I want your approach today. What I encourage you to do is to let the touch of your awareness be playful, to be curious, to begin to allow yourself to enter that beginner mind, not to anticipate or dread what's coming, but to say, wow, I'm going on an inner exploration right now. And even if you've done this a million times, you've never been in this body before. This body changed overnight. You've never been in this physical environment. This moment has never happened before. So the exploration of this energy unfolding, hitting your body is an awesome moment. When we go, wow, you're cultivating the capacity to be wowed by every breath you take, by every sensation you have in your body, to begin to be rung like a bell in life, just pow, 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 pow. So the beginning is now, present moment, tuning into your body, beginning to feel the sensations, the external sensations, internal sensations. So happy travels. So begin by closing your eyes, tuning out the external senses. So as you begin to sit, begin to let go of the sense of your body as something physical and solid. Let go of all thinking in the body. Let go of any doing, any attempt to make something happen. And settle into simply allowing. Joseph Campbell's phrase, a willful suspension of disbelief, the skeptical mind, allowed to rest. Taking refuge in this present moment, reassuring yourself, I am safe, I'm protected, can let go of any need to defend myself or protect myself, and I can soften and begin to experience the breath as a gentle massage, massaging the belly, the floor of the pelvis, the chest, the area between the shoulder blades, just softening any tension that you feel, and not trying to relax, but allowing the body it wants to relax. Begin to experience the breath as sensation, feeling sensations at the nostrils, feeling the sensation of the breath even deeper as tingling, which is a sense. Feeling warmth or coolness again, which is an internal sensing. Feeling pressure, which again, an internal sense. Feeling sensations in the back of the throat. And experience these sensations as energy. And as you begin to have this sense of what energy meeting your body feels like, begin to bring your awareness to the top of your head. And just allow your awareness to embrace whatever is there without judgment. Does the top of your head feel tingling or dead? Do you have the sensations of movement? Or does it feel stagnant? Does it feel empty or full? Just allowing your awareness to come to the sensations, letting the sensations anchor you in the present. And if you drift off, come back. Just noting what's there and letting your awareness begin to slide down to your third eye, your forehead, the back of the head, and again, what are the sensations internally? Can you only feel the sensations on the outside? Can you feel the sensations deeper in the skull? Does it feel fluid, rigid? Does it feel spacious or dense? What's the quality? Giving you language for energy to begin to experience your body more subtly. Allow the awareness to come down to the face. What are the sensations in the architecture of the ear, the nose? Does it feel prickly? Does it feel congested? These are all senses. This is all energy. The energy of your body responding to the energy of life. Letting you know that you're alive in this moment. Feeling it moving down into the jaw, softening the jaw. As you bring your awareness, is it tense, relaxed, loose? Does your body try to avoid energy approaching it? Do you feel resistance? It's not uncommon at the beginning to feel like you're hollow, unable to experience past the surface, and that's normal for Westerners. Down into the throat. Feeling the energy. What's the quality of the energy? Not thinking the body, but just noting. Is it empty? Is it full? Is it congested? Is it bright or dark? And now let's zoom back, zoom out. Bring your awareness to the whole head and neck as a field of vibrant energy. See if there's any sense of that energy field extending past the surface of your body. Any sense of radiance to the field of energy. And notice that you may be feeling a little more grounded. That the more you connect with these sensations, there's a feeling of ease. Feeling of well-being that encourages you to continue as you bring the awareness down to your heart center. Is the heart open? Is it closed? Is it heavy or light? Is it full or empty? Let your awareness glide down into the solar plexus. Not thinking the body, just over and over again. If you get distracted, coming back to the sensations, anchoring in them. And with that feeling of curiosity, of non-judgmental awareness, entering into the sensations in the solar plexus. Is it fluid? Is it rigid? Does it feel alive or dead? Allowing the awareness to flow down to just above the pubic bone, below the belly button, back to the coccyx, what's happening here? Is it warm, cool, light, heavy? And begin to move down and all the delicious sensations at the perineum, not just the gross sensations of the breath, creating pressure, releasing it, not just the external pressure, sitting in connection with your seat, but the energetic sense of open or closed. Full or empty. Not judging, just awareness meeting sensation. And now let's zoom out again and put this together and allow your awareness to extend through your whole torso. Feeling your torso as a field of radiant energy. Perhaps shifting your awareness back and forth between your limbs, which we haven't visited. Connect with the head, which we have. Notice the contrast. How much more alive the places we've become aware of feel related to the ones we haven't visited. Notice any increasing sense of well-being, groundedness, of belonging, sense of peace that's being accompanying these sensations. As you become aware of the palms of your hands, Most of us can feel our hands alive. Mine felt like catcher's mitts full of energy. They were almost a distraction. See if you can sense any radiance through the palms, warmth, aliveness, or deadness, disconnection. And let that sense of energy begin to move up through the forearms, into the upper arms and shoulders. Bring your awareness to the hands, the fingers, the arms, as radiant fields of energy. Finally, going to the feet. Many of us in the older population with neuropathy could be having all kinds of interesting sensations in our feet. Like you're walking on pebbles when there's nothing in your shoe, or your feet being on fire, energy, pressure, coolness, warmth, congestion, fluid, heaviness. And again, allowing your awareness to take the journey up through the ankles and the calves, up through the knees and the thighs, into the buttocks. Feeling the legs and feet as fields of radiant energy. And now let's put all the pieces together and feel the whole body. Bringing your awareness to the sensations in the whole body. And now let's play a little bit and show you the power of directed will to shift energy. Become aware of the left side of your body as a field of energy. What are the sensations on the left side? Now become aware of the sensations on the right side of the body. Now bring your awareness to the sensations on the outside of the body, the surface. Now become aware of the sensation on the inside of your body. And now back to the whole body. Just taking a couple of moments to rest in the sensations and just noticing the impact on your spirit, bringing your awareness to these senses, that feeling of groundedness, of belonging, of stability, of equanimity, of curiosity, of aliveness, presence. And know that the sensations in your body are the gateway to these feelings. They're always in the present moment. They're there to assist you in your spiritual quest. They are the doorways through which you enter. And the key to this form of meditation is a little bit, a lot of times during the day. Like the old song, I just checked in to see what condition my condition was in. For Eckhart Tolle, this is the journey. Awareness of the sensations in the body as much as you can. So there. Look at Hansa. Hans is glowing.
She's glowing.
He got a halo.
Yeah, I love that.
Okay, so questions, comments? Sherry. Hey, Sherry.
That was just a wonderful meditation.
Good.
I just felt terrific, and I could feel my hands just radiating early on, and I did something that Jack Cornfield says to do, which is to hold your hand out in front of your face like this and go across and see what you feel. And what he was aiming at feeling sensations in your hand. What I feel is my face feels warm
Yes.
where my hand goes.
Yes.
So the energy is just flowing.
Yes. Good.
It's
And that's
just
good.
fantastic.
That's what got me into doing hands-on healing and Reiki, was that I knew that that energy had a capacity to heal. And one of the things that I think we neglect so much is that how many of you have things like arthritis, headache pains, pains in your body? We never use that healing energy on ourselves. You can use that to ease congestion in your body, to ease discomfort, to create a softness. So in Qigong, which is the energy practice part of Tai Chi, we spend a lot of times we'll take the energy, we'll gather it, and on the out breath, begin to take the energy into the lower dantian, middle dantian, upper dantian. So we're taking that healing energy and nourishing the chakras intentionally. So you're beginning, Tommy, to feel the connection between where your awareness goes, the energy flows.
I taught that out of your reading
Okay.
this week.
So this is guided intention, guided intention. So I intend to send you the energy, and you'll get things from it. I'm sending you love and healing energy. That's not a metaphor. That's not a wish. That is an intention to take that energy and project it outward to you. Now, what we have found is that healing works best at a distance. It's actually, they've done some things. They did an experiment where people in St. Louis were meditating for people who were sick in Chicago, double-blind study. Nobody knew who they were meditating for, who was being meditated for or not meditated for. They just sent the energy to groups that were healing from the same surgeries. The ones that were prayed for, or there was an intentional energy going, healed 50% faster than the people who were not sent that energy. So this energy that we're beginning to play with has a power that in Christian tradition is left over from the laying on of hands, interestingly enough. In the early stages of baptism, you were baptized in the Spirit. And in the Spirit meant that you received an energetic, a quality of energy. Shaktipat is still alive very much in the Eastern traditions. And that energy begins to establish, it's like, it sets up vibrational qualities in your energy field that help you along in your spiritual journey. So it's a way that we can empower each other. Even our presence with each other is a way of healing. Hansa, I see you got something to add.
Well, I was just going to open
I
it up
thought you
to
looked like you did.
anybody that
Okay. Any questions?
comments.
I'm sorry, my Asperger's was showing. Nobody?
Well, this is Gaylen, and I would say also I felt a wonderful energy coming in as I felt the energy in my body, and you brought me back to Reiki because with my friend Susan, who was a master, I studied that and went to Sedona, and so much of the hands I felt the energy just flowing through it today. So it brought me home in a way to use Reiki again on myself.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that.
And massage.
Right.
And that's a good description, bringing yourself home.
Right? That's what this does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have so much of that sense of being lost and disconnected and wanting to belong. The feeling of belonging doesn't come externally from the world, it comes internally from grounding and reconnecting. That's what we've missed. We miss the connection with our body.
Right.
That's our connection with the earth. So we're trying to establish it through mental interactions and through contracts and through all that bullshit. No, it's the energy field. And I tell couple, if you want to feel connected, be quiet, feel the energy flow between the two of you, look in each other's eyes, feel how resistant you are to connecting, soften, allow the connection to happen. It's there, it's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anybody
Thank you.
else?
We've done these body scans before, several times. And I think what I notice is that, like today I had a really bad migraine when I woke up this morning. And I ended up having to take some medicine for it, I don't know, about 20 minutes before meditation began. And what I notice is that it's more interesting when there are some very definitive sensations going on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I could, I guess that is something that I noticed, that when there's when there's a pain or an ache or something very obvious, it feels easier to stay there. And what was
Right.
interesting today was feel I could feel the migraine like exiting, like I could
Yep.
all like everything that happens, like the weird like tinglies, and then like I started to feel nauseous,
Yep.
and I was trying to not avoid the nausea, but like I don't want to puke. So that was interesting. And then like now my migraine's gone.
Yeah.
So it's just, I don't know, it's very interesting to like follow that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that's the stuff that Stephen Levine talks about as watch and see that you're looking at a process. The minute you call it a migraine,
You gotta-
quit being interested in it because now I've got a label. Now I think I know what's going to happen next and I'm going to be in pain. That's what I create. And you begin to say, no, this is pressure. This is a sudden stab that's intense. Then it's not. Then it migrates to somewhere else. And like you say, it can be fascinating. And for me, spiritual health is the capacity to meaningfully integrate discomfort.
Mhm.
That instead of exiting, withdrawing, and hardening against the discomfort, that I simply experience it as sensation. And I've had clients that were so sensitive they couldn't allow themselves to have orgasms because an orgasm was too intense. And by learning to stay present through things like migraines and stuff, they actually were able to reclaim those aspects of intense pleasure in their body. So it's not just the intensity of the negative, it's also the intensity of being in love, of allowing yourself to go, how much can I bring in? How much of this can I allow to pass through me to keep me alive? This is all stuff that nourishes your spirit, which is energy. And all the resistance just keeps it stuck in the pain body. Now I'm jammed up. Now I'm constipated. So a lot of us are just walking around spiritually constipated, full of shit that needs to move out.
Love
No,
that.
it's true.
Oh.
Anybody else? Good stuff.
Well, I can vouch for the sleeping part. I had all I could do to stay awake.
Yep.
I'm just going to respond to that because sometimes when I find myself falling asleep, it's because my mind can't handle what the energy body's doing.
Yeah.
And I find out that in the long run, I actually have almost a better result by accepting the sleep because I know it's still happening internally. And that goes back to what Bart was saying about healing across the miles. We don't need to know what's going on. We just need to open the door to have access to it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my teacher used to say that. He'd say, if you fall asleep, it probably means you need the sleep. And next time, just work on keeping the intensity of your awareness up while you're sleeping. Tommy.
Thank
Well,
you.
I liked your idea of meaningfully integrating discomfort. I think that applies mentally
Yes.
as well as physically. I think meaningfully integrating discomfortable ideas and thoughts is basically awareness. It's being open. I love that whole concept.
Good. So think about where we're going and tie these things together, because I like to pull in other aspects of the teaching when a comment like this comes up. your brain is designed to avoid discomfort. It wants to avoid surprise. It wants to know what's happening. All your spiritual teachers teach you become comfortable with uncertainty. Become comfortable with not knowing what's going to happen next. Become comfortable with not being in control. Okay? That's the foundation of the teachings. Okay? So the more you can do that, then the more you can be in the present moment rather than in this projection black box that we've got going on that creates fictional realities that appear real and become our reality every time we rehearse them. So go ahead.
It's one of the gifts of meditation and yoga is the awareness of discomfort and then becoming comfortable with that. And, you know, I say as meditators and yogis, that's such a gift that many people blindly are going through life without that awareness of the discomfort in a thought or a physical discomfort, which
Emotion.
happens on the mat often. And that is the true gift here
Absolutely.
in these classes. The true gift is this body awareness,
And
breath awareness, mental awareness. Yeah.
and supporting each other in what is a counterintuitive approach to life, given our culture. It sounds insane to be learning to become comfortable with discomfort. It almost sounds masochistic. But when you begin to look at the Four Noble Truths, one, life is suffering. It feels out of joint. Why does it feel out of joint? Because we want it to be different than it is. So I can't change the discomfort, but I cannot add on to it by being at war with it and wanting a different reality.
Change your relationship.
Change your relationship. That's right.
That's the top.
It reminds me of how Linnell approaches challenges in yoga. She will say, if it's available to you.
Right.
And that makes me want to enter that discomfort zone to see if it's really as uncomfortable as I thought it might be.
Good for you.
And if it is, I let go. And if it's not, I say, wow. And that's a discovery every single time I go to that class.
That's great.
Recommendation.
Yeah, I wonder how many people know that you teach a class, because we really don't emphasize her yoga classes as much as we could.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, she's doing them on Zoom 4 times a week. Monday and Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock Central.
No. Monday, Wednesday night.
Night at 6 o'clock, and Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 8.
8 Central.
Yep.
I have many students here on this screen, so.
So we're about that time. Corinne, you got anything?
Nope,
Nope.
she's waving.
She's
She's a
just waving.
student.
I know. You got a few on the screen.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, let's go ahead then. Omi, you want to ohm us out?
Okay. Unmute your devices. Let's take a deep breath in.
There we go.
Wow.
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 Wow. Okay.
Thanks,
well,
everybody.
Thank you.
Have a great time in NOLA.
Thank
you.
you. We'll
Bye.
see
Love you
next
guys. Have a
Saturday
good
from the
weekend.
Have
Next
fun.
Saturday at the beach in Florida, so.
All right.
Wow. Hey.
See you there.
Enjoy.
Okay.
Thank you.